all for being here with us tonight. This year's recipients are Ace Langdale, Haley McNeese, and Dorothy Stevens. The Irene and Tom Chalmers Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is given in memory of Irene and Tom Chalmers, who believe that community service, along with the pursuit of a higher education, is key to success. This year's recipients are Wesley Emerson and Hannah Shea. The Armenia C. DeGuire Memorial Scholarship. Ms. DeGuire was a teacher and principal in the Adams school system for many years, and her family and friends established this scholarship in her memory. This year's recipient is Skylar Aarons. The Flower Gallery Scholarship. Mr. Joseph Lentini, proprietor of the Flower Gallery, generously offers a scholarship each year to a student who plans to further their education in the field of horticulture or environmental science. This year's recipient is Wesley Emerson. Specialty Minerals Incorporated Scholarship. This scholarship is generously offered by Specialty
Good evening and congratulations. The Richard F. Bolger Memorial Scholarship. Dick Bolger was a well-respected history teacher at Hoosac Valley High School for many years. He made provisions upon his death to establish a scholarship fund in his memory. This year's recipients are Talia Rehel and Eva Cole. The Bernard R. Bucky Bullitt Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is presented to honor Bucky Bullitt's ideals, a student athlete who exemplifies spirit, devotion, and loyalty to high school competition. This year's recipient is Abigail Shalala. The June M. Cole Fund for Continuing Education Scholarship. Through the generosity of June M. Cole, a firm advocate of education, these scholarships are awarded to students planning to further their education. This year's recipients are Mallory Mazzio, H. Betts, and Nick Chorley. Kuchar Memorial Scholarship. Francis and Ann Kuchar were lifelong residents of Adams and firmly believed that education is the key to success in preparing students to contribute to society. After the passing of their daughter, Miss Barbara Kuchar, who was a math teacher in the Adams Cheshire School District for 35 years, the family has increased their scholarship, providing students with the opportunity to continue their education in the field of their choice. This year's recipient is Wesley Emerson. The Wilfred P. DuBois Notre Dame Memorial Scholarship. Wilfred DuBois was an advocate for education and high school sports involvement. His family generosity made funds available for Hoosac Valley graduates who plan to further their education. This year's recipients are Joseph McGovern and Abigail Shalala. The Walter R. and Pearl Dines Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship has been established in memory of the parents of retired faculty member James Dines, who believed education to be the key to success. This year's recipients are David Schultz and Talia Rigo. Aline Desautels Carey Scholarship. This scholarship is established in memory of Aline Desautels Carey, who was an outstanding member of the class of 1951 at Adams High School. This year's recipient is Jasmine Gregory. The Sandra Fiedler Allen Scholarship. This scholarship was established in hope that a young woman from Adams would be able to expand her horizons in a stimulating college environment while earning her college degree. This year's recipient is Hannah Shea. The Susan Martell Memorial Scholarship. Susan Martell was an elementary teacher in the Adams Cheshire Regional School District for 37 years. Upon her untimely death, her family and friends established a scholarship for a graduate pursuing a career in teaching. This year's recipient is Skylar Cameron. The Edward W. and May F. Martin Memorial Scholarship. These memorial scholarships are offered for Mr. Martin, who was a principal of the former Adams High School, and Mrs. Martin, who was a dedicated teacher. This year's recipients are Olivia Schultz and Taylor Garavini. The Herb and Betty Randall Scholarship. Through the generosity of Herb and Betty Randall, longtime residents of Cheshire, this scholarship is intended for a well-deserving student who plans to continue their education. This year's recipient is Skylar Cameron. The Edmund R. Marjorie St. John Memorial Scholarship. Edmund and Marjorie St. John were lifelong residents of Adams who value the importance of education. This scholarship is made possible through the generosity of their friends and family. This year's recipient is Taylor Garabedian. The Frederick and Agnes Scrocky Memorial Scholarship. Frederick and Agnes Scrocky were devoted parents and members of the community of Adams who had a genuine love of children and commitment to education that they promoted in every aspect of their lives. The scholarship was established by their family and friends for a deserving student pursuing a career in human service, education, or medicine. This year's recipient is Hannah Walsh. The Catherine Sutcliffe Memorial Scholarship. Mrs. Sutcliffe was a member of the school committee who devoted her later years to the education of youth. This scholarship was established in her memory. This year's recipients are Ace Langnickle, Madeline Lamore, and Dana Brassel. The Chester J. Zabin Memorial Scholarship. This permanent scholarship is created to honor the dedication of Chet Zabin, who was a teacher and coach at Adams for many years. This year's recipient is Frank Field.
Good evening. The William T. Adams Fund Scholarship. These scholarships were established in 1940 upon the death of Mr. William T. Adams to be used for Hoosac Valley High School graduates who plan on furthering their education. This year's recipients are Gabe Bishop, Abigail Shalaba, Taylor Garabedian, and Joseph McGovern. LCC and Robert T. Arnold Scholarship. Mr. and Mrs. Arnold have generously contributed scholarship money for many years to assist members of the Hoosac Valley graduating class to further their education. This year's recipient is Dana Brassel. The Mildred H. and John G. Arnold Memorial Scholarship. These scholarships were instituted by Arnold as a permanent memorial to assist deserving students with their college expenses. This year's recipients are Hannah Walsh and Abigail Shalom. The Frank N. Costa Public Service Award. Mr. Costa was a state representative and a resident of Adams of himself by performing many years of community service to his town. The student recipient of this award exemplifies his commitment to the community. This year's recipient is Talia Levy. The Mary M. Chubert Memorial Scholarship. Mrs. Chubert was a teacher at Cheshire Elementary School for 32 years. Her dedication and devotion to her students was most outstanding. Family and friends have established a scholarship in her memory so that a deserving graduate will be helped to further their education. This year's recipient is Skylar Carnes. The Marion T. Hellquist Memorial Scholarship. Marion Hellquist was a librarian at Hoosac Valley High School from 1984 to 2002. This scholarship is given in her memory to a student wishing to further their education. This year's recipient is Kate Bishop. Ayaquessa Jaworski Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is generously given by the benefactors Alice Jaworski Iaquesa and William Iaquesa, graduates of Adams High School, class of 1964. This year's recipient is Hannah Walsh. The Daniel H. Pedatory Memorial Scholarship. Sergeant First Class Daniel H. Pedatory was a 1987 graduate of Hoosac Valley High School who was killed in action between the heart of Afghanistan on December 5th, 2001, while defending our nation. This scholarship was established by family and friends to perpetuate his memory. This year's recipients are Michaela Widow, Frank Field, Jasmine Gregory, and Hayden Pease. The James H. Urquhart Jr. Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship was awarded by family and friends in the loving memory of James H. Urquhart Jr., who devoted many years to the youth in Adams. This year's recipients are Hannah Walsh. The Betty Von Mosh Bircher Peptones Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship honors the memory of Betty Von Mosh, a founding member of the Berkshire Peptones, and is awarded to a graduating senior who plans to be involved in music at the college level. This year's recipient is Hannah Walsh.
The Henry Herbert Smythe Trust Fund Scholarship. Henry Herbert Smythe was the rector of St. Mark's Church in Adams for many years. Upon his death, he generously made funds available for Hoosac Valley graduates who plan to further their education. This year's recipients are, I've got a nice list here, Skylar Cairns, Frank Field, Hannah Shea, Ace Langnickle, Nicholas Pompey, David Schultz, Dorothy Stevens, Adrian Betts, Haley McNeese, Gabe Bishop, Sky Reese, Ian Godfrey, and Jasmine Gregory.
James Bigelow Memorial Scholarship. This Joseph McGovern, and Talia Rehill. The Keith A. Quebec Memorial Scholarship. The family and friends of Keith Quebec award this annual scholarship in his memory to honor a Hoosac Valley graduate who plans to further their education. This year's recipient is Wesley Emerson. The Hazel Tiedemann Charitable Trust Fund Scholarship. A former teacher in the Adams school system, Ms. Tiedemann established this permanent trust to assist graduating seniors in their pursuit of a college degree. This year's recipients are Talia Rehill, David Schultz, and Nicholas Pompey. The Noah William Brown Scholarship. This is Noah's graduation class. So we would like to recognize Noah by recognizing you with the Noah Brown Scholarship. The family of Noah Brown and the Noah William Brown Scholarship would like to congratulate you all this evening. As you may know, the Noah Brown Scholarship is in memory of Noah Brown, who would have been graduating you all this evening. So this is a very special class night. First, we want to thank the Adams Cheshire School District for supporting Noah's scholarship from the very beginning. The administration and the teachers have been beyond wonderful in their support of this scholarship. Thank you from the very bottom of our hearts. We also want to thank everyone who applied, including this year's applicants and those throughout the past 9 years. Tonight, we are pleased to announce that this year will be the final year that we give out our scholarship in Noah's name. You are his classmates, always and forever, and we want to make this evening very special. In the past, we have given out 2 $1,000 scholarships. However, this year, being the most special year that it is, we will be giving scholarships to everyone who applied. Not only will everyone receive a scholarship, but each will receive scholarships in the amount of $1,725 each. Tonight's recipients are Madeline Lamore, Dana Brassard, David Schultz, Kaylee McNeese, Hannah Walsh, Jack Martin, Jasmine Gregory, Mallory Mazzio, Nicholas Pompey, Skylar Cairns, Talia Rehill, and Taylor Garabedian. Congratulations to each one of you. Thank you for your wonderful essays. We've read each of them and they touched our hearts. We wish you all the very best as we move to the next phase of life with much love, the love of Noah Brown. And now, Madeline Lamore would like to come to the mic. She has something to say.
Is this working? Yeah. Okay. I'd like to acknowledge and honor Noah Brown, a student of the former C.T. Plunkett Elementary School, now Hoosac Valley Elementary School, who should have been standing here with us today. Noah was born on July 23, 2006, the first son of Gregory Brown and Kaylee Pierce. Many of us knew him as a friend, and for those who didn't have the opportunity to, I wanted to talk about him a bit, because he was my friend. He loved playing baseball with the Adams Little League and collecting Pokemon. He had an entire book of cards to show the other kids at daycare whenever he got the chance, and he was very proud of them. Noah loved sharing things he liked so much that he would sometimes just give you things because he wanted you to like it too. This is a Beyblade. A few days before he died, I asked him to show me how to play with Beyblades because there were so many rules that I didn't understand, but I would always see him playing Beyblades with the other kids. And so he gave me this. When my mom came to pick me up, he specifically my hope that future Hoosac Valley students gather underneath it to bask in its shade or admire it from inside the classroom. I hope that the roots of the tree will be as strong and lasting as its memories in our hearts. And his life truly had an impact in our community, and Noah will forever always be a hurricane.
Class of 2024 Outside Scholarships Awards. The following students have been selected to receive scholarships and awards by various organizations, committees, and benefactors. We would ask these students to stand and be recognized as their name is called. The Adams Cheshire Teachers Association Scholarships, Wesley Emerson. The Adams, the Adams Travel Basketball Alumni Scholarship, Hannah Shea, Frank Field. Friends of Adams Memorial High School Class of 1969 Scholarship Fund, Abigail Shalala. The Adams Outdoorsmen for Youth Scholarships, Frank Field. The Town of Adams Scholarship Fund, Gabe Bishop, Hannah Shea, Frank Field. The American Legion Post 160 Adams Mass Scholarship, Talia Reeville. Sons of the Legion Squadron number 160 Scholarship, Talia Reeville. Berkshire Taconic Community Foundation Scholarship, Dana Lady Memorial Scholarship Fund, Nicholas Pompey. The William and Marjorie Barrett Scholarship Fund, Frank Peel. The Emma Miller Scholarship Fund, Talia Reed. Friends of Michael J. Brissett Memorial Scholarship. Mike was a master carpenter who supported and mentored children from a very young to college age in many areas of their lives, especially in athletics. Mike was so approachable with a big welcoming smile that many young people would talk to him. He was a great listener and he would use his sense of humor to help guide them. No one will ever know how many lives Mike touched with his kindness and his generosity. We proudly present these memorial scholarships to Frank Craig Field, Ian Joseph Godfrey, and Haley Jane Peace. The Cheshire Lions Club Scholarship, Mallory Mazio. The Bernard Claremont Memorial Award, Hannah Shea. Greylock Federal Credit Union Community Enrichment Scholarships, David Scholes, Abigail Shalala, Jack Martin. The David A. Lampron Memorial Knights of Columbus Scholarship, Mount Greylock Council number 230, Nicholas Pompey. The Eugene P. Melville Sr. and G. Melville Scholarship, Gabe Bishop, Wesley Emerson, David Schultz. The G. Marconi Lodge number 162 Orders, Sons and Daughters of Italy in America Scholarship, Nicholas Pompey. The Northern Berkshire Community Television Corporation Alma Del Riella Memorial Scholarship, Haley Meeks. The Tori Rumble Memorial Scholarship, Wesley Emerson. The Joshua P. Snyder Memorial Scholarship, Frank Field, Wesley Emerson. The Robert Urquhart Memorial Scholarship, Gabe Bishop, David Schultz, and Wesley Emerson. The Mountain Club, Ace Langdale. Carol and Eugene McCarran Memorial Scholarship, Frank Field, Wesley Emerson. Thomas R. Haley Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is given in memory of Thomas R. Haley, an outstanding Drury High School athlete and avid sports fan. This scholarship is given to an outstanding student athlete who plans to attend a four-year college or university and fulfill his dream of playing a sport at the collegiate level. The 2024 Scholarship Award goes to Frank Field. At this time, I'd like to invite the family of Coach Larrabee onto the podium, please.
I'm going to try to get to this thanks to my brother Ryan. So this scholarship is for my dad. My brother he passed away 15 months ago. This is our brother's scholarship. So we're going to attempt to get through this. So if you don't know my dad, he coached youth sports at Adams Cheshire community for over 40 years. This scholarship is for a student athlete who exemplifies what it means to be a leader. Almost every memory that we have growing up involved a basketball court, a baseball field, or a football field. Most of those years were my dad's coaching my brothers. I don't think any of us fully appreciated how lucky we were that my dad was our coach until he started coaching our own children. It really became full circle when the two graduating seniors, the recipients of this award, who my dad watched growing up and coached, then coached our own children. My dad was tough. He pushed us. He pushed his players. But to be better, to do better, not because he wanted to win, although if you know coach, he liked to win, but he knew that he pushed you beyond your limits. And that extended beyond sports. He talked about showing up for everything a part of your life, your family, your school, your community, giving back to your community. I've heard many stories over the past couple of years. I got the privilege of living with my dad 8 years before his passing. I've heard a lot of stories, but one time that sticks out to me 2 years ago, they had a loss. He came home, he looked defeated. And not because they lost, nobody wants to lose going to the state finals, because he felt like the kids gave it their all. They put it all on the court, and he was just sad that they were disappointed in themselves. And I think that's what it's about. That's what everything that you could have taught us was about giving 100% of the time, even when you feel defeated. It's about taking that loss and turning it to push forward, to do better next time, to realize that you left it all up, you did your best. One of the recipients of this award said it best after a devastating loss after the state finals this year. He said, "Coach loved to win, but he really loved to see a smile on a kid's face and know that the team gave it their all. And that team gave it their all." It was that moment that we knew that my dad left a legacy. To these recipients, we're so honored that you continue my dad's legacy. To show up and give it your all for your community, for your school, for your teams, and for your families. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments on and off the court, and from the entire Larry family. We're so proud of you both, and so is Coach. This year's recipients are Frank Field and Hannah Shea.
of the Year Award, and we are pleased to announce that it is Talia Rehill. Members of the Susan B. Anthony chapter of the National Honor Society, please stand to be recognized. Gabe Bishop, Wesley Emerson, Taylor Garabedian, Jasmine Gregory, Jack Martin, Joseph McGovern, Nicholas Pondy, David Schultz, Abigail Shalaba, Hannah Walsh, Skylar Cairns, Frank Field, Ian Godfrey, Madeline Moore, Mallory Nazio, Haley McNeese, Talia Rehill, Olivia Schultz, and Hannah Shea. The Leo Club Awards. This year's Leos are Taylor Garabedian, Madeline Moore, Ace Langnickel, Haley McNeese, Dorothy Stevens, Talia Rehill, and Dana Braxa. The Lieutenant William C. Urquhart Memorial Award Trophy. This award trophy is presented to an outstanding three-sport athlete who has made significant achievements in the sport they play. This 2024 trophy goes to Taylor Garabedian. The Peter Zalazzo Award and Trophy. This award is given in memory of Peter, who graduated from Hoosac Valley High School class of 1977. A short 5 years later, in 1982, Peter died as a result of a motorcycle accident. To honor Peter's memory, the student awarded this trophy must be a person of good moral character and an outstanding athlete in track and field. This year's award goes to Taylor Garabedian. The Melvin S. Sassel Track Award goes to Hannah Shea. The HDHS Director's Award for Band, Skylar Cairns. The Varsity Awards for Band. Should stay over there. Skylar Cairns, Ace Langnickel, and Madeline Moore. The Varsity Jazz Ensemble Award goes to Ace Langnickel. The Noah William Brown School Spirit Award. This award is given to the senior student that best embodies the spirit of Noah William Brown, who died at the age of 8 years old in Adams on June 9, 2015. The recipient of this award is chosen for their positive energy, encouraging manner, and most of all, their respect for everyone. The recipient stands up for others and lends assistance to those in need. The award recipient this year is Mallory Nazio. The Thomas J. Oxton Memorial Award. This award is to honor Tom Oxton, a 2004 graduate of Hoosac Valley, whose tragic death after graduation was a loss to all who knew him. Tom to a graduating senior who exemplifies Tom's outstanding character, work ethic, and interaction with staff and students. The class of 2024 recipient is Dana Brassard. The Alfred W. Scrocky Scholastic Leadership Award. In recognition for scholastic accomplishments of leadership at Hoosac Valley High School, awarded by the Susan B. Anthony Chapter of the National Honor Society, the 2024 recipient is Talia Reno. The Joshua P. Snyder Heart and Soul Award. This award was created by the family after his untimely death. This award recognizes a senior basketball player who displayed his leadership, hard work, and respect for his coach and teammates during their basketball career, as well as the same heart and soul that Josh was recognized for by his coach. This year's recipient is Frank Field.
The Massachusetts Superintendent's Award. Before I give this award, I think we got to give this group a round of applause. So this is the top achieving senior in this group. I think it's quite a feat. And this is given through my organization, Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents. This year's recipient has been recognized on the local, state, and national level for her achievements. And I believe she's attending Harvard in the fall. Kind of a giveaway. This year's recipient is Talia Reno. And she didn't get chips, she already got it in December.
The 2024 Military Service Recognition Award for the National Guard, Reagan Rose. Project Lead the Way Scholarship Award. This is actually an exciting night for this as well because it's the first, we're giving away the Project Lead the Way Award, and we're also going to be honoring 2 students for pathways. They made it through pathways. Receive certificates and souls. In recognition of the successful completion of 3 or more Project Lead the Way high school courses in biomedical science pathway, Dana Brassard and Jordan O'Loughlin. In the spring of 2023, Hoosac Valley High School became a designated innovation pathway school through the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. Designated pathways include biomedical science and healthcare and environmental studies. Students completing a pathway have taken 2 technical courses, 2 advanced courses, and a capstone that may be an internship, work study, or research project. This year, we are so excited to announce that Dana Brassard and Wesley Emerson are the first 2 students to receive pathway recognition. Now on to the Presidential Academic Excellence Awards. For 2D Dimensional Design, Elliot Farrington. For ceramics, Taylor Darabedian. For band, Skylar Cairns. Human Body Systems, Dana Bradford. Dana Brassard. Also honors English 12, Adrian Betts. For AP Psychology, Madeline Moore. Abnormal Psychology, Jasmine Gregory. For AP US History, Andrew Doobie. For History of the Holocaust, Madeline Moore. Current Events, Adrian Betts. AP US History, Andrew Doobie. History through film, Andrew Doobie. I was waiting for you to sit so I can have a stand. Jazz band, Ace Langnickel. AP Stats, Tally Rehill. For pre-calculus, Dana Brassard. AP Calculus, David Schultz. Probability and Statistics, Wesley Emerson. AP Biology, Abigail Shalava. AP Chemistry, Jasmine Gregory. Also for AP Chemistry, Joseph McGovern. AP Physics, David Schultz. Honors Physics, Nicholas Pompey. Introduction to Engineering, Kim Mock. Conservation and Stewardship, Wesley Emerson. Food Systems Science, Hannah Shea. And Spanish 4, and we're going to have him come up and say a few words to us in Spanish, Jack Martin.
That was confusing. Hello, everyone. To all who don't know me, I'm Dorothy Stevens, or most people know me as Dot. I'd just like to give a quick mention to my parents who aren't able to attend events like these, which, hey, what can I do about it? As I'm supposed to be giving a speech about how we've all grown and progressed as people since middle school and elementary school. Although I can say confidently that I've only seen how my careers have developed over the past 5 years. Yet that doesn't mean I haven't seen how people have progressed. When I first moved here, I felt isolated. I had moved 3 hours away to the middle of nowhere, you can't kind of tell, from everything I've ever known. When I entered this school, I was aggressive and insecure. The self that I created at my old school was a figure that wouldn't really survive here, so what did I do? I had to adapt. Hoosac Valley welcomed me with open arms. However, during the time of 8th grade, most of us were trying to get out of our middle school phases, which involved a lot of conformity, and for us to only surround ourselves with people that we've known for years. There was no real place for me to fit in. It was like I moved from my original planting soil and placed into a place where I assumed that I didn't want to bloom in. And my reaction to it was just being able to reject all the nutrients and affection that others have showed me. On my plant, I had Then, not even a year later, something happened that not only affected me, but every head row I in the school has. This was COVID. A topic that is overly shared when it comes to the youth affected by it, yet it's something that I still feel like affected us in ways that we have progressed through. In addition to being new and barely knowing anyone, this was something that was not only truly affected me, but the whole garden of Hoosac Valley. Arguably, we are one of the last school years who were affected by this. All of the isolation we faced and the drastic change caused all of us to react differently. Whether some of our growth were stunted or some of us decided to start growing sideways. This was something that has actively affected all of us in our perception of change and growth, regardless of who we are. Some of us grew flowers while others tried to deepen their roots with people around them, working around the isolation. By the time that we got to a regular school schedule, 2 years had passed. 2 years of individual progression. When we came back to a fully open school, it was sophomore year. Everything felt new again. As watching my peers before me, some of them stayed within the same friend groups, or others created a whole new one. The 2 years of isolation helped turn the soil, which we all grew in, to allow us to start anew. This was when I, like others, finally started to see my peers in actual light. My classmates are real, not just random people who I barely talk to. That these are people who are part of my graduating class. This was when I started to notice people's true colors and how they really decided to display themselves. Personally, I think we needed that type of reset. The rotation of the soil to make us all realize that there are more than just growing, or there are more growing than just hiding. I would say as someone who sees all parts of our year, I see myself as a bystander in a lot of people's lives. Yet throughout the past 2 years, from sophomore year till now, I'm capable of seeing about how we all have grown. My own personal thorns have withered down. From then on, I've seen how most of us started to bloom and develop, even if we aren't a hedgerow of ivy. Some of us are flowers, moss, grass, or even fruit trees. We are all more than just ivy plants that we were originally thought to be. Overall, we are just still parts of this big garden called Hoosac Valley. We are more than just the roots that we create and the fences that we attach ourselves to. We are all different yet united. I can say that over this past year, I have seen so much progression among literally everyone. There have been some people this year which I haven't talked to up until this year, or who haven't really stepped out of their comfort zone to take up certain things that they haven't been capable of doing prior. Now to wrap this whole eye-opening metaphor thing up, you might have noticed me saying a hedgerow of ivy. A hedgerow is basically a patch of ivy. Our class is proof that even though some of us do get replanted or taking in harsh conditions, we're all capable of thriving. We're all capable of growing and adapting, even though we all tend to be different. We are all a part of the same hedgerow. Even when it came down to our dear Noah Brown, who's passed, it has shown that he's still part of our hedgerow, even though he may not physically be with us tonight. Although I personally never knew him, I know just by the reflection and determination that my class has given, Noah is still a part of our garden. I'd like to thank everyone for being a part of not only my own, but our high school experiences, as we, a group, have been capable of doing many great things and planting many great seeds for the future. I will say again, I'm Dorothy Stevens, and I hope for all of us to prosper